What is up, YouTube? So, for the past few weeks, and I believe I'm going to keep doing it, up to you guys, I've been filming on Saturdays when I get home from work a talking video. Just talking to you guys. Sometimes they run absurdly long. One of the last ones was 20 minutes, and I did not expect it to be 20 minutes. But you guys really seem to enjoy it. So let me know down below if you want to keep doing one talking video a week, and then the rest with handboarding, skateboarding, and all that. Because they are very easy for me to do. It's a very easy edit and a very easy thing to do. The only issue is when I get to the end and the cannon shuts off. But today, I thought we would tackle my YouTube origin story. Everyone has an origin story of how they got started in something. And I have told you guys multiple times how I got into skating. And real quick, if you're new to my channel and you want to hit that subscribe button, I got into skating because my best friend was into skating and I really wanted to impress him. I really looked up to him like he was an older brother. And I still hang out with him and he's still a great guy. So, if you guys are new to my channel, I am an amateur skater, and not an just a legitimate amateur skater, who absolutely loves it, loves learning tricks, and is all about progression, and 100% is gung-ho about that. I am also a professional handboarder, thanks to the Handboard Club, and if you guys want, you can go pick up my pro stickers, selling from them on Instagram, Handboard Club. Just type it in, you'll find it, or you can type in Hunter Handboards, and you'll find him, the one who is making the stickers, and definitely go support me, and support him, because I'd like to see these stickers stick around for a while, because I have like 7 left, and that might be the only ones I ever see. But we're going to get into my origin story before this video drags too long. So, I told you I got into skating because of my best friend. When I got into skating, I knew nothing about it. I had watched a lot of the X Games and a lot of stuff. I used to wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning because on ESPN2 they played reruns of skate competitions. And I used to watch the skate competitions, the inline skating competitions, which is rollerblades, and the BMX competitions. And I did that every single morning for a very long time, every single weekend that I was off of school. But then my friend got me into skating. And the first thing, of course, he introduced me to was the barracks. I believe it was the second year they were around. Because I've been skating almost 10 years now. And, excuse me. And the barracks is really cool, but they posted only about 2 to 3 videos a day. And they were pretty short videos, like 2 to 3 minutes. I didn't have a job at the time, I wasn't old enough, so I had a lot of time to fulfill. And I wanted to learn everything there was to know about skateboarding. So I watched the 20 Tricopedias that existed at that time. I watched every single thing on the barracks, 100% of it, within like a week. So I really needed another outlet to gain skateboarding knowledge. So, battery died, I forgot to charge it. So, basically I needed another outlet. But I didn't really know what one was. I was too young, my parents at the time still had dial-up internet. So yeah, I'm kind of getting up there in age for skating. And my internet was terrible. When I'd go to my friend John's house, he had good internet, like at the time it was good internet. And he introduced me more or less to YouTube. I had been on it maybe once or twice. I actually was banned from it as a kid because my dad thought it was a porn site. And yes, that is a true story. I had to later get John to show him what YouTube was about a year later before I was allowed to use YouTube. So I used YouTube then, after that, every single day for about a year and a half before I finally made my own account. And so I've been a member technically since 2011, but since 2009 is when I was using YouTube, right around when it was getting popular. And he introduced me to Andy Schrock, who had just put out We Want Revenge 2. So immediately I watched it, I loved it. I said, John, we have a crew of 5 guys and we skate all the time. Why don't we start making videos? I said, look at this guy, Andy Schrock, you know, from We Want Revenge 1 having like 12,000 subs to We Want Revenge 2 having 50,000 subs. I said, we can do this. But we were all flat broke. Cameras aren't cheap. So I like doing math. Math is something that I enjoy doing. Don't ask me why, but I do. So I figured it out, and I figured out between the whole crew we had to come up with $40 each. Which, from birthdays and shit like that, definitely we could do it. So I pitched the idea, let's get a camera, let's start making videos. John was on board since day one. He really liked the idea. Because at the time, the crew that rolled with Andy Schrock, we had the exact same crew. So there was me, who was kind of decent at old school. There was a friend who would try anything. Doesn't matter if it was El Toro, and he knew he couldn't ollie because he barely ollie, still chuck himself down it. John, who at the time was still a very talented new school skater, so grinds and flip tricks, and he was pretty good at that, because that was right after his injury that took him out of the idea of being sponsored. So he was a good skater. But we also had a guy, Christian, who has been in one of my videos, I believe, so far, who is a sponsored skater, and he used to roll with us, and he was like the king. So I pitched the idea, we liked it, and it just never happened. It fell through. So I kept on to that dream for a very long time, and then just it kind of faded away. I kind of then had no want. I still skated every day though. So when I arrived at college and I met my best friend now, Austin, and I got him into his favorite YouTuber was Sam Tabor when I started showing him the stuff, and he really got into Andy Schrock. Every single Wednesday we watched Warehouse Wednesday, and he said to me, "How come you never started a YouTube channel?" And I said, and I explained the story that I just explained to you guys. And he said, "Well, we can do it, right? Doesn't your girlfriend have a camera she doesn't use?" I said, "I can ask her, but we'll have to figure everything out." So I begged and I begged and I begged for a while before she finally said, "Alright, fine, I'll let you use it." And then through some crappy misdiagnosis by multiple doctors, I got really, really sick. And I was bedridden for 3 days. So I grabbed the laptop that she had also given me for college, and I started working on editing my YouTube channel, my YouTube page. And I finally got it to the point where it was a respectable page. It was basic, very basic, but it was respectable, where I could start posting videos too. So our first video still has like no views at all. It was the worst quality, crappy video filmed off of my laptop's webcam. What? I'm sorry about the interruption. My chicken needs me to run to the store so she can make dinner tonight, so I'm going to speed this up a little bit, talk a little faster. What I was saying is Austin pitched the idea back to me. I edited the page, got everything up and running, and I showed him. He really, really was into the idea. I said, but first we need ideas. Can't just go gung-ho. So we filmed the first video off the webcam, and it was terrible. Absolutely horrific. And I actually just got a comment on it maybe 3 months ago. When a guy saying, "Great video! I'm excited to watch all yours, they're great." And I have no idea why. I will openly say it was the worst video I ever put out. So after that, I wasn't able to see my chick for about a month because I lived at the college about 2 hours away from where she lived. So we started filming on his Galaxy S5 for the next 3 videos, and the quality was very good on it actually. The phone had some pretty good slow-mo in that, and we started pitching ideas. I said to him, "Look, while I kind of lost the love of the inspiration to do YouTube, I said I still always wanted to do an old school Sunday." So I believe there's 27 or 29 old school Sundays, and maybe tomorrow I'll put another one out. It's been a while. It's a series I haven't kept on. Kind of all my series die, but that's just the raw end of it. So Austin inspired me once again to get into YouTube, and we started filming. For the first month and a half, we put out daily videos. And then we realized between college and everything, we couldn't keep up with it. But what we would do every week is we'd think of ideas and we'd pitch them to each other. And if we liked it, we'd do it. If we didn't, we wouldn't. So some fell through, like we did a backwards trucks game of skate, and we did a bearings game of skate. And we did them about at the same time, 3 weeks before Braille posted them. But since we had so many videos stacked, by the time the video was supposed to come out, Braille had already released it. So about a year after Braille released the bearings game of skate, I released my bearings game of skate, because I didn't want to be known as the copycat, and that's still how I am today. So my chickie has said to me before that I'm a big copycat because I do skate YouTube, and that's understandable. Of course, if I learned how to 50-50, someone else has done it. But she started to say it because I talk about progression, that progression is everything to me. and that John Hill, another big YouTuber, is all about progression too. She said you copied him. And actually, shh, don't tell anyone, but I started YouTube a year before John Hill did. It's just John Hill had the connections with Andy Schrock and the connections with Nigel Alexander that his channel was able to rocket to the top, while I'm kind of still left down here. But I have gotten to talk with big YouTubers before, John Hill being one of them. I have talked to him a bunch. I have talked with Alex Buning and that. The number one I love to talk to is Brett Novak. We don't talk too often, but it is absolutely amazing. If you guys seen our little Insta war, that was really fun and really amazing to see. But Austin is in my videos maybe once or twice a year now, because he does live in his own house with his chick, and he does have a daughter. So he doesn't get that much time to skate. But me, I don't care if I have kids, I don't care what. I'm going to skate at least once a week. So, definitely dedicated to that. And I'm definitely dedicated to making YouTube videos. So that was the whole thing that got me inspired. Andy Schrock was my number one biggest inspiration ever. And I always had the dream of doing what Sam Tabor did, of driving there, which is a 5-hour drive for me, it was 2 hours for him, driving there and trying to meet him. And literally, from Sam Tabor driving there, meeting him, about a week later, he just was on the team. Like, he was a great guy and I loved him. So I've always had that dream. But I am now traveling in a different direction, which I believe, which is really cool and really awesome. So I am, quote-unquote, kind of famous on Instagram through handboarding. And I believe if I stopped YouTube and put all of my efforts into Instagram, I could be a really famous Instagrammer. Just for handboarding. I'm my own professional handboarder. But I'm not going to do that. Skateboarding is my passion, and YouTube was my first outlet, and I'm going to stick with it. I want definitely to push it as far as I can go with it. So I'm coming up on 3 years, and this is going to be absolutely amazing. Hopefully maybe one day I'll have a board sponsor. I don't know. But that was my YouTube origin story, how I got into it, how we got started with it. And I hope you guys did enjoy this video. And as always, thank you for liking, commenting, and subscribing. If you're new to the channel, just definitely hit that subscribe button. Every subscribe, every like, every comment definitely helps. If you guys want to see more talking videos once a week, then drop a comment down below. If you don't want to see them, drop a comment down below and leave what you want to see. So, as always, guys, have a great day.